All right, Rystad Energy was a Norwegian company, and the African Energy Chamber have released their latest report on the state of African energy as far as its outlook for 2025 is concerned. The report highlights progress on gas in Nigeria and Morocco, coal in South Africa, and the countries leading the ease of doing energy business. Let's take a listen to a bit of that report summary presented earlier today.
Looking at these two countries, for example, which is Namibia and Cote d'Ivoire, both of these countries could literally be producing 1 million barrels per day combined within the next decade. Of course, if the discoveries have a quick, underdevelopment activities on them and possibly production starts to kick in, which is the end goal at the end of the day. Now, when it comes to license awards activities, Egypt is a good example of a country that has attracted a lot of majors, and some of the examples are ExxonMobil, Chevron, Shell, E&I, and the country is literally striving to see if they can have another Zohr production, Zohr discovery rather. So that would be, of course, a good thing for them, and possibility to see how this can help to secure domestic gas production for the country in a medium to long-term basis. And this can, of course, help to make the North Africa frontier continue to be attractive. Algeria, still on North Africa, they've recently announced their new license round activities after several years, and this, of course, they've always had plans to help to boost gas exports to the EU. So let's see how things will go with Algeria. Now, I'd already mentioned Namibia, but Namibia and Angola, we've seen that there's a couple of license round activities that have been going on in these two countries, and Angola has its annual license round strategy, and of course Namibia has been very critical with their open door policy. So all of this within the E&P landscape helps to show that things are happening within the continent, and of course rightfully so, and hopefully it's encouraged with investment, of course, and also the right fiscal terms for the players. Now let's look at the M&A side of things. So Africa has seen quite a number of majors that have been heavily involved in exploration, in production, and so on and so forth. However, we've seen some of them have been divesting recently. I mean, we can look at example of Equinor, of course, leaving Nigeria, and the success of smaller players like Chapal picking up all of the fields. But let's bear in mind, most of the majors, even though they're exiting onshore wells, or onshore fields rather, and possibly onshore basins, they're still very much active offshore. So we also see that Total Energies, they are exiting from Kenya and South Africa. And as I mentioned, the majors, they still continue to hold on to their acreages for their offshore activities. And of course, this is because they do have the technical and financial capability. But of course, it's also the opportunity for the smaller players on the independents to start to see what opportunities lie for them and how they can grow and get on with it and have the technical capability themselves. So you can call it capacity building, so to speak. Africa's total power generation, as at now, stands at 980 terawatt-hour, with fossil fuel currently accounting for nearly 72% of the overall power generation. Now, Africa's overall generation is estimated to rise from 980 terawatt today to nearly 1,400 by 2030. with a share of renewables increasing from over 27% today to over 43% in 2030. And this is due to the surge in renewables capability.